friends, welcome back to our tutorials. This is FastAPI Masterclass series. Today we are going to learn how to send data or post request to the endpoint in Python. We are using FastAPI. Today I'm going to show you how to send request body in this episode. Let's get started. This is part 4. Before I start coding, if you find value in my tutorials, smash that like button for me. Have doubts, comment, want to learn, subscribe, and if you want one-on-one AI training, email me. Let's start coding. Alright, so today is part 4. Today we are learning about request body, or also called post request in FastAPI. If you have missed the first 3 parts, make sure, my friends, you go through them in order to have complete learning and mastery. So we are going to use something very interesting called Pydantic models. These are used to define the base model. Base model is nothing but, let's say you want to tell what exactly and how exactly the request body would look like. That's what we use to define the base model. Without which, think of it like a ORM or something which validates your schema. So we use Pydantic models to define our schema, and the request body should be same. Let's get started with coding, and that would be more clear to you. Alright, so what we are going to do, first and foremost, import Pydantic. Don't worry, you don't have to install it, because like I mentioned earlier, FastAPI is built on Pydantic, so it's already built in. You don't have to reinstall it anything. So you will say Pydantic, from Pydantic import the base model. Now we are going to use this base model to define the schema. Now the first thing we'll do is define a schema, and let's say user. It is of type base model, which is the base version. And then I'm going to say he'll have an ID, and then you can have some more things you can add to it, and say username is string. You can have email as string, password as string, etc, etc, etc. Okay, sorry, my bad. Alright, so I'm building a schema now. I'm telling that the request body that I will receive will have all these 4. That's what I'm trying to tell here. That's what the model means. Now, when the request body will not have this, it will throw error. So it's basically enforcement to make sure that the data that we receive is matching. That's what it means. Now let's go ahead and build that post endpoint. So I'm going to say app post users, and let's define our method def create user, which is of type user. That's what we just mentioned here. Ideally you would give a data type. In this case, the data type is the model name that we have created. Now that being said, you can also do something like user or script, whatever data type you want to create. Just for now, I'm just printing it back on the screen to show you that this is how post would work. All right, now let's run it. uvcon main app reload. All right, so it's up and running. So now since I can't show you the post in browser stack, let me see if I can bring the postman up real quick for you. Okay, it says remove apps, postman is no longer supported. Okay, older versions of Chrome won't open remove apps. All right, so I have no way to get you the post endpoint today, but I promise in the next episode I'm going to demo this for you and to show you important things to note. This is a post method. That's what you will write. Once you have the base model, you would create that, give all the fields. It can be boolean, string, integer, whatever that goes with it. Or you can have some more things like active, which is a bool, basically boolean, and you can print that back also here. Active and user.active. So remember, the way you will reference is using this objects instance. Okay, this is the now class basically, and it becomes an object, and using that you're printing the properties accordingly. I promise I'll show you the demo in the next time, but you know now how to build a Pydantic models, how to use them in your code. Thank you so much for joining. Smash that like button for me. If you have any doubts, drop them in the comment. I'll try my best to help you. See you in part 5. And what are we going to do in part 5? We are going to set up different status codes. Very, very important. That's called proper communication. I hope you love my communication. See you in part 5.